P9 here, standing outside what used to be a municipal building for the city of Malden, Missouri, as you can see right here. It also functioned as a fuel depot. It's now an abandoned structure, but this is one of the sites we're going to see in the small city of Malden, Missouri. So let's get into it, shall we? Good afternoon, good people. This is P9 with another vlog, and I am here in the small city of Malden, Missouri, located in the northeastern corner of Dunklin County, in the southeastern corner of Missouri. Now, Malden was a small city that was established and platted in 1877 by a railroad official. Now, there is much debate historically in regards to how the city of Malden got its name, whether it was the name of Colonel T.H. Malden, a county judge, or whether it was named after the older city of Malden, Massachusetts. It's up for debate, but it is nevertheless a small city right here in Missouri, and just past the railroad tracks. The railroad tracks are back down that way. And Malden is located at the intersection of Missouri State Highway 25 and US Highway 62. And what you see right over here, there goes a bandstand right there. It is part of the Cotton Belt Park right here in Malden. Now, this is, of course, the downtown central business district of Malden. Very quiet little town. There goes a sign for Cotton Belt Park again. Now here's an image of, it looks like Malden back in the day when they had some economic activity going on. They had a bank, a pool hall. As you can see, a bunch of individuals gathered around. Join the town. Now, as far as railroad history, Malden was a major stop on the St. Louis Southwestern Railway, or the Cotton Belt Main Line. So that's where that park that you just saw, it was located. That's where the railroad depot used to be, the Cotton Belt Park. And this image is just a bunch of people gathered around. It's called Umbrellas and Politicians at the bank building. So just classical, typical bunch of people suited up with hats on, gathered out in the main street. And this was back in that image was back in the 1920s. So during that time, the population back in the 20s was a little over 2,000. Now the population now is at 3,706. So the population here at Malden peaked in the 80s. It was at a little over 6,000 residents, but their population has drastically declined over the course of 40 plus years to where it's at right now. A little over 3,700 people live here in Malden. So it's a lot of abandoned storefronts. You know, it's definitely past its heyday. I'm not going to say it's abandoned, because if it has over 3,000 people, there's still a consumer base here. But yeah, When the industries dry up, jobs go out the window and the population declines along with it. So that seems to be what happened with Malden, apparently. And Malden is not too far from New Madrid, on the New Madrid seismic zone. So this area is somewhat prone to earthquakes. Maybe not to the extent as it is on the Pacific coast or Japan or anything like that. But yeah, look at this. A lot of abandoned places. Some over there across the street as well. This place may still be a functional establishment. It looks like it may be. It's called the Bridge Event Center. But yeah, this used to be a furniture and appliance store called Downtown Furniture and Appliance, LLC. Right here on South Madison Street. So they did have a furniture and appliance store, smack dab in downtown, but it too is no longer open. This kind of reminds me of Rosedale, Mississippi, a little bit. Y'all remember, if you guys haven't seen the Rosedale, Mississippi vlog in my string of Mississippi Delta vlogs, go check it out. There's some similarities in regards to the appearance of Malden. You know, it looks like a lot of abandoned shops. That shop right here. Here's an H&R Block store. And here's a notice on it. This office will be closed until January 2027. Please call our office in Dexter at this phone number. Thank you, management. So, wow. So this office is going to be closed until January. It's now June. So we're talking span of 7 months. It's crazy. There might be a little bit of economic activity on this street right here. This is the East Main Street and North Madison Street. We'll go down this way. It's a law office right here. Got Main Street, a Main Street axe throwing. Okay, looks like some sign of economic activity. They have look like a bar. Trump's Make America Great Again. So yes, this is, MAGA country. But yeah, this is a bar right here. King of Beers on Tap. Right here on Main Street. And it looks like this used to be a barber shop called New Growth. It's an abandoned lot over there. Not sure what this used to be right here, but it too is shuttered. Some boarded up windows over here. Now those spots over here might be open. Let's go check it out. They have Rick's Hair World right there. Looks like a barber shop. life insurance company, American United Life Insurance over here. You know, they might be open. I'm not sure. They may be still a functional establishment. Sage Creek Home Care. Huh. I got some autism is my superpower. Superman logos over here. Epilepsy awareness. Okay, so they have that going on. Awareness right here. It's a church right here. So some signs of spiritual religious life here in the small town. It's a Presbyterian church. And right across the street over there is First Southern Baptist Church. And this church specifically is First Presbyterian Church. So this First Presbyterian Church right here in Malden. So far we've seen a lot of closed storefronts, abandoned storefronts. This looks like this may have been like a garage of some sort right here. Maybe an oil and filter change or mechanic shop. Not quite sure. That's what it appears to be, what it was. This is one side of Main Street. McCall's Country Canning. And that sign over there, you hear that squeaking noise? It's that sign that's swaying back and forth for that Rick's Hair World shop. And they've been in business since 1979. But yeah, this is a really, really quiet, sleepy town, as you guys could tell from this vlog. But again, it does appear that this bar is open. I saw some patrons in the bar. Again, that is King. I think it's called, no, actually the name of it is Bear's Lodge. It's called Bear's Lodge. So my mistake. The sign that I saw it said Budweiser King of Beers on Tap. That's just the sign. The name of the bar is Bear's Lodge. And this right here used to be what's called Sage Creek. So they had employment services, Dayhab, I'm not sure what that means, personal assistance. But further down that way, seems like there's some houses, residential area. Sage Creek. Oh, so they're still open. So this looks like they're still open. They're still a functional establishment. So I guess that they might be like a like one of those employment services would help people get jobs and stuff like that. But it's called Sage Creek. Now this is called, now this is an interesting little piece of artwork right here. Some puzzle pieces. This is nice. The Drip Store. So they sell clothing, bags, purses, shoes. It's their operating hours. The Drip Store. Okay. That's pretty dope. And they have right over there a pretty modern building. It's called the Malden Nutrition Center. And over there, it sits close to the Malden Police Department. And there's some more buildings down that way. Old Touch of Class Car Care. Yeah. Chopper Jack's Bar and Grill. They got a sister, they got a cowgirl right here. Black cowgirl, that's dope. That's dope with the locks and everything. So they're closed, so I'm pretty sure they're still a functional establishment. They're just closed right now because it's still pretty early in the day. Possibly black owned. So yeah, this is Malden, Missouri in a nutshell. Guys, I'd like to thank you guys for, kicking it with me for this short, small town walk through Malden, Missouri. If you made it this far, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you select the subscribe button. Also, once you hit that subscribe button, make sure you tap the notification bell. And once you tap that bell, make sure you select all. That way you get notified every time I drop a new vlog or live stream. And with that in mind, you guys, thanks again for watching. See you guys on the next one. Peace.